What's up guys? In this video, let's unbox and check out the durability of the Realme One, a super budget mid-ranger released by Oppo to compete with the likes of the Redmi Note 5 Pro and the Zenfone Max Pro M1. Also, I'll be running a giveaway of this unit. On holding the phone for the first time, it feels lighter than the Note 5 Pro at 155 grams. But lightness may not always mean good structural strength, and it does make me a bit nervous whether it can survive my bend force or not. The solar red and black accents give it a distinct smart look, and for a moment you may forget about the absence of the fingerprint reader. Though the facial unlock feature works almost 100% of the time, with slight difficulty in extremely low light scenarios, and is the fastest I have seen unlocking the phone instantly. Oppo has gone with a glass sandwich design like in the Honor 9 Lite, with glass on both sides and a plastic midframe in between. So we'll have to wait and see how this stylish structure holds up during the bend test. Will it survive the bend force or break like the failed Honor 9 Lite? The 6GB Realme One supports two 4G SIMs at the same time, and as if 128GB wasn't enough, it also houses a dedicated memory card slot in the same tray, expandable up to 256GB. It makes me wonder about the places Oppo may have cut corners at. Not particularly a fan of the ColorOS user interface. The default icon looks rather large, and I guess you need to search for better ones in the theme store. I also had to pick the smallest size font, which made things look better. On the other hand, it is loaded with nifty little features and gestures like Smart Call, Raise to turn on screen, and plenty of screen off gestures like double tap to wake or draw letters to turn on the camera or torchlight. Not the fastest, but it works. Also an assistive ball, which you may use to turn off and lock the device, among other things. Starting things off with a scratch test on the dual-sided glass design with common items found in pockets like coins and keys, and then with a heavy-duty box cutter. Oppo, like any other brand, has cut corners on this super budget device by not providing any Gorilla Glass protection. But if it's as good, then it should be able to survive with either no scratches or few minor scratches. In my experience on the channel, any type of glass is prone to faint scratches, especially by the coins. So let's find out how the Oppo Realme One performs. This test seems to be a repeat of the Galaxy J6, where all three items left light but permanent scratches, and only the second time on the channel where the blades also left faint marks. Fortunately, the marks are not prominent or visible under normal lighting scenarios, unless viewed under sunlight or bright lights. But the biggest disappointment was the poor scratch resistance of the back glass, which is highly prone to major scratches, especially against sharp objects. As you can see, the blade could easily scratch and damage the back, which seems like a layer of coating on the glass. So you have to make use of a case and tempered glass on the Realme One. Now moving on to the bend test, let's find out if this glossy red midframe can withstand my bend force, the one which broke the Redmi 5 and Honor 9 Lite. Surprisingly enough, even though the pressure applied caused it to bend quite a bit, there was absolutely no damage whatsoever. No breaks or kinks near the power keys, usually the weakest area on a smartphone. The display never came off as it is tightly secured to the mid-frame, and also it does go back to shape. A rather mixed outcome. The Oppo Realme one failed badly in the scratch test but performed pretty well in the bend test. As for the giveaway, just follow the instructions provided on screen. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, share and like this video, follow me on social media and comment below with your city name and Twitter handle about which phone do you actually prefer buying. Only genuine and honest answers will be selected, so good luck for the contest. Stay tuned to catch more videos on latest devices. Thanks for watching, keep the peace and catch you next time.